Hi guys, it's Red Ulrich here. Just doing a video response to Cobbit of the Shire for his 500 plus subs giveaway. Congratulations Steve for getting well above 500 now. Housekeeping, I've got my black bent Falcon with a white mouthpiece and a nice little meerschaum bowl on there, and inside it I've got Samuel Gawith Balkan Flake, and it's the first time I've really tried Balkan, and I'm quite surprised. I'm really enjoying it. It's very different from what I normally have in my pipe, and the first impression is that it's a bit like Bob's chocolate flake minus the chocolate, but probably get some more of this because it's nice as a change if you fancy something a bit different. So for Steve's giveaway, he wants us to tell him either a story or a poem or something like that, and to tell him who we've subbed to recently and why. Recently I subbed to George from Big Fish Big Pipe, and the reason why, because I liked the video that he did in the pipe shop recently, which was in English, but I also like to watch most of his videos which are done in his native language of Greek, and I don't speak Greek very well at all, then Milopolikala Elenike, but I like to listen because listening comprehension is important, and every now and again I'll pick up the odd word or the odd phrase and I think, oh, I know that, and that's a good way to build on languages. Plus he makes good videos in any language. Okay, now the story, I haven't got a lot of space on my phone, so I couldn't find the story that I've been searching for, which was a story that I wrote when I was doing English literature in evening classes at college, and you would have enjoyed that because it was a story about the Shire. It was sort of like a, hey, stop clawing the carpet, cats. It was a story called The Stranger from Bree, and it was about a hobbit who works as a cook in an inn, and his love interest with a lady hobbit who's a pony breeder, and how a stranger from Bree comes and adds a bit of mystery and danger to the situation. But I couldn't find that because it's in an old file somewhere which was part of my coursework and didn't turn up, so I thought I'd keep it short. Now this is a story, it's actually, I think, I'm not a Buddhist, but it's actually, I listen to, there's a Buddhist abbot who's the abbot of a monastery in, I think it's South Australia, I think. And he told this story, which is apparently a genuine Buddhist sort of story, parable. And it's about a young monk who's quite ambitious, who wants to go up the ranks. I suppose I say ranks, I don't suppose it is ranks, but he wants to go up the hierarchy and become the abbot after, you know, the next in line to be abbot after his abbot dies. But of course his ambition goes against him because it's about the self rather than thinking of everybody else. So to try to prove what a great person he is, he says that he's going to take a boat, row out across this large lake by the monastery to a small island, and he's going to live there until he's completely separated himself from his ego and so he goes and lives, with the abbot's blessing, he goes and lives on this island, and every day a monk rows out to give him a small amount of food to live on, and he basically lives on this island in a little shelter. And then after 4 years he leaves a note for the monk that comes out in the boat to feed him, and the monk takes it back to the abbot, and it says in this letter, it says, for 4 years I've lived in this little shelter, and I've learnt to meditate, and I've learnt to separate myself from all selfishness. It says, I've withstood the north winds, I've withstood snow from the south, I've withstood blazing hot temperatures in the summer. It says, I am now completely in control of myself. So the abbot sends a letter back, and the monk takes it and then gives it to the monk on the island, and he opens the letter and he sees just on the letter there's just 4 tiny words, 4 tiny letters, sorry, F-A-R-T. And he looks at this in tiny letters and he's furious, and he scrunches the letter up, jumps in the boat, and he rows back to the abbot, and he throws a letter at the abbot and he says, what's this? After all this time, 4 years, and I've learnt to control myself, he says, and you send this insulting letter to me? And the abbot says, well, he says, you claim that you could withstand the north winds and the snow from the south and the blazing hot summer. He says, you've claimed all this. He said, but one tiny fart has blown you straight across the lake back to me. So that's the story. Sometimes when we think we're in control, we're not. Thank you, Steve. All the best.